Sri Rama Sharanam Mama, Manas Manthan Kinkar Chintan. Discourses by Maharaj Sri Ram Kinkarji Upadhyay. Message 23. Title: Sri Ram's Ways of Bringing Changes in Society. In this message, Maharaj Sri Ram Kinkarji described how various social reforms needed to be strengthened from conceptual dharma codes, and Sri Ram wished to bring these changes seamlessly. The tradition of untouchability was prevalent in India for ages. Unfortunately, it also got linked to religion, thereby quoted frequently in practice for it to continue. Sri Ram intended to remove all these social evil practices with gentle means. Sri Ram knew one way to bring change is by punishment, which is usually reserved for malicious activities. On the other hand, there are those innocent souls who are influenced by their sanskars or rituals, difficult to change themselves, and sometimes behave unacceptably in society. To bring a positive change in these different circumstances could be challenging, and what approach must be taken peacefully to address and fix them? Maharashi explained through various examples how these desired changes were brought by Sri Ram in different scenarios. For instance, Sri Ram utilized Sri Bharatji in Nishad Rajji's case, a friend of Sri Ram, perceived as of lower caste and profession. How did Sri Ram brought this change in undesired ancient practice to bring equality? He accepted Nishad Rajji as his friend and asked him to sit next to him, giving equal respect. This example is from when Sri Bharatji travelled from Ayodhya Ji to Chitrakoot. He got down from his chariot to greet Nishad Rajji, although he was the king. This way, the change was brought peacefully, giving due respects and protection to ancient practices, yet redefining them. Maharashi quoted yet another example of bringing peaceful and positive change by Sri Ram through his own Guru Sri Vasishtha Ji, to whom Sri Ram and Bharatji never questioned. Sri Ram realized that Guru Vasishtha Ji is so kind, and with merciful contemplation, he himself would bring the desired change in him without even being asked for doing so. He also thought once Ayodhya-vasi or residents of Ayodhya Ji would acknowledge the necessity to bring a positive change along with realization of Guru Vasishtha Ji, then it would be much easier to implement the change in society at large. This would result in due course acceptable code of ethics of Dharma. Any social discipline always requires some punishments or disobedience, and there is no kindness or generosity without being harsh on them first. Now the question rises as how to convert that animosity into generosity without being harsh on them at the same time. For example, Maharashi said in society there are norms and practices that are followed based on circumstances, situations and timings for when and how to respect people in terms of when to sit, when to stand, and when should you rise to give due respect. It's all listed in scriptures known as Smriti Granth. With that point of view and expectations, Nishad Rajji was an ordinary person by profession and caste system. He was not a king either. If we look on the other side, Sri Bharatji was a respected king. Hence, it was evident and expected by the social structure for Nishad Rajji to give due respect to Sri Bharatji as suggested even in the scriptures. According to scripture guidelines, Sri Vasishtha Ji blessed Nishad Rajji, maintaining a distance and not touching him. Sri Bharatji did not oppose this action of Guruji, but in accordance to his personality and character, he redefined the definition of true dharma. It is very interesting to see this perspective of Sri Bharatji as how he reacted to what Sri Ram would have wanted without even questioning Guru Vasishji. Observing his action, later Guruji told Bharatji that Bharat, I thought all this time that I was the one following all ethics prescribed by Dharam. All secrets are known to me. Now, as I saw your behavior and observed your thinking process, I realize that whatever you perceive, whatever you say, and will be doing is none other than religion itself in true sense. This way, you are and would be redefining the true essence and definitions of religion to everyone. समुझब कहब करब तुम जोई, धर्म सारु जग होई सोई. Maharashi said, this is an extremely important formula. We understand that Guru Vasishji was bounded to social discipline implementation, and in order to do so, he used dharma and accepted its norms for its effectiveness in society. But Sri Bharatji gives this same practices a new meaning. Maharashi defined it by a shlok from scriptures of Smriti as Apuja yatra pujyante, meaning in a society where a respectable person is disrespected and disrespectful person is worshipped, will surely lead to its downfall. In general, this is what happens in social practice. We can accept, tolerate, and forgive this situation as long as it brings law and order and is practiced for the sake and establishment of religion in the society. On the contrary, if someone quotes religion as a refuge, an excuse, or intentionally uses with a motive to take revenge, to have animosity, and to put someone down, then that is definitely not the true definition of a religion. How then Sri Bharatji brought about this change? The answer lies in the event where, as a king, Sri Bharatji jumped off and ran from his chariot to greet Nishad Rajji was against the trend and practice of social structure existed at that time. This helped in bringing the change. A king jumping off from his chariot upon seeing an ordinary citizen to greet was not a general practice. But this reversal and correction by Bharatji was remarkable. This action was not in accordance with Dharma, but indeed was a new approach and definition of it. Maharashi gives one more example of Kathavachak, or a discourse giver, that the discourse doesn't have to be delivered only from a prescribed physical platform. A Kathavachak should be able to deliver same topic of a Katha, molding to suit and refer to different stages or situation of life and audiences. He should be taking example of same topic to make the listener interesting and to show relevance. In accordance, Sri Bharatji showed us a way to apply knowledge at different times, situation and circumstances. Someone asked Sri Bharatji regarding Guru Vasishji's reaction that he followed the guidelines of his scriptures regarding dealing with Nishad Rajji by blessing him and maintaining a distance. But Sri Bharatji had spoken that tradition by denouncing of chariot and jumping out of it to greet Nishad Rajji. Sri Bharatji gave an appropriate answer that his Guruji is broad-minded and is the greatest of all. The denouncing of Rath to greet Nishad Rajji was not by my own idea, but rather by Guruji's direction only. When Guruji introduced to me to Nishad Rajji, he said that he is not only Nishad, but also is a close friend of Sri Ram. Sri Bharatji added to distinguish that Nishad Raj is a good friend and I am just a sevak of Sri Ram. A friend being superior, that is the reason as a servant I had to leave Rath out of respect. This is only in accordance with code of ethics and dharma. Maharashri says that definitions have changed. Now we have to see as with what perspective and outlook we want to understand this particular example. With deeper analysis, the greatness of Guru Vashistji was that he didn't see Sri Bharatji's greeting of Nishad Rajji as a breaking of any practice. On the other hand, he felt that Sri Bharatji is way ahead of him, who lifted himself above all and gave a new definition to Dharam. At the same time, Sri Bharatji didn't mean to put himself higher than others, which normally is the intention of most of the people. Everyone pretend that they are from higher status family or at superior position and try to show off their greatness in real life. On the contrary, Sri Bharatji is beyond all these self-shows-offs where only egoism is displayed of an individual. Any discussion must be of a caliber where egoism should be removed. In conclusion, Sri Maharashri explained how social norms